On this week's Retro Reviews, I'm going to take a look at perhaps one of my favorite games of all time. Ken is going to space, bitches, in Street Fighter 2010, The Final Fight. This game is special for many reasons. 1. It was the very first complete in-box Nintendo game I ever got. 2. The graphics and music in this game are phenomenal. Honestly, even though it pains me to say it, I have to give credit where credit is due. 1990 and 91 are the years where games on the Nintendo were perfected for the console's capabilities. The game was made by Capcom, so you're guaranteed a quality game, and it definitely is. Now, before I get into the game, I'm sure people back then and now are wondering, how does this game relate to Street Fighter? The answer is, it doesn't. When it was being made, they decided to throw some name drops into the text and consider it a sci-fi spin-off. Its original title was going to be 2010, but they added the Street Fighter to it in order to sucker in people on the name. But the subtitle is also stolen from the Street Fighter's actual spin-off, The Final Fight. Okay, enough of the titling stuff. Now, let's get into the game. So the plot goes that Ken quit martial arts, got old, and became a cyborg to keep him strong. Then his scientist friend was killed and his invention stolen. You are then informed by some random hot chick, who is never referred to again, that you have to go to each planet and kill the target enemy. I've read from many people that they hate the controls, but they're perfectly fine. There will always be dumb stuff, but I've found that the game plays fluently. You have a multitude of attacks. Aside from shooting straight up or ahead, you can shoot diagonally up with down and B, and you can throw more powerful boxing-like energy punches by holding forward and pressing the attack. You can also shoot down in a sweet backflip, but there's no real use for this. Also, allow me to say that this game looks beautiful. The contrast and colors complement each other well, and makes everything pop out. The desert stage fully shows this off, as well as the first scrolling stage. And the music is wonderful to listen to. The second level of stage 1 and also of stage 2 have the best tracks of the whole game. Actually, I've noticed that the second level of each stage has the best music. This game is also incredibly difficult, but once you know the enemy's movements, you can exploit them to the fullest, even without a lot of power-ups. Like this mummified bull thing. Just cling to the walls and move up and down to lure him to you and avoid his fire attacks. The boss of stage 3 is also a bitch to deal with, until you figure out that you can tease your way in and out of his invincible tornado move. Other than these two things, make sure you collect as many power-ups as you can, and you can destroy anything that comes your way. Okay, so you've slaughtered your way across the frontier, as the game calls it, and each cutscene shows that you are getting weaker. I'm pretty sure I killed that clam thing with complete ease, but whatever. And after you make your way through the gauntlet of previous bosses, you come face to face with your friend Troy, who faked his death to take over the galaxy. He then says the dumbest thing a bad guy can say. He asks if Ken remembers what he did to him, then immediately says that he wiped his memory. What the fuck, dude? So then you have the final showdown of Troy. Once you kill his sweet mech, he flies up and becomes this gross mass of... It looks like cancer. Gross. Anyways, you climb up the wall and blast his face, destroying the bastard. After you win the game, you get a message from the random woman again, telling you that Earth has been infected by the cancerous cytoplasm. And then you fly up and freeze in an awesome action pose. And there you go, you've won the game. I really wish this game got a sequel, because it really is a fun game. The plot is shit, but it was still an enjoyable experience. This is absolutely an underrated game that deserves to have a cult status. Even though it was given the baggage of being a Street Fighter spin-off to sell copies and garner attention, I feel like it is now disregarded because of it. So I recommend you get a copy for yourself. Anyway, tune in next week where I'll blast off to another gem from the past.